It's been really fun to watch the story come off the page and to see just how much honor and care is given to put forward what is in the manga.
You know, it's the kind of show where it can go to some really dark places when it needs to, and it can explore those things because you trust these characters and you trust this show. You know that even if you go to these dark places, you're always going to come out into a place of light. That's what makes the show so powerful.
I am definitely looking forward to exploring some of the darker areas of this show.
By my nature, I'm more of a comedically engineered person, so I like watching the comedy. I like playing the drama.
Directing comedy versus directing drama, you're focusing on a different thing each time, and there's a lot to do with the timing when you're dealing with comedy. So my ears are focusing on the rhythm of a line and how to best play the joke and make it hit as it should, because we're emphasizing the right word in the right way at the right time. When it comes to the dramatic stuff, I try to think less and feel more.
From an acting perspective, you get to do the silly comedy, and there's some great silly comedy in the show, but it does get very serious and it gets very emotional.
I really enjoy the comedic moments because, you know, Shigure is often involved when those come around.
From my perspective, it's the combination and the two tied together. That's what makes both of them so impactful to the audience.
I don't want to say that one is more fun than the other. You would assume that the comedy would be because at the end of it you're laughing. But I think both are equally fulfilling to know that you are allowing an audience member to experience some type of catharsis because you've brought about the right emotional response. That's really rewarding.
To say, do I like one more than the other? I don't think you can have one without the other.
As an actor, I enjoy doing everything, but I particularly enjoy exploring the darkness of characters, and playing bad guys is just a lot of fun. But considering I'm playing the good guy here, exploring the dark aspects of a good character or the dark aspects of a good character's environment or lifestyle is sometimes even better than playing a bad guy.
I really want to delve into some of the more darker aspects of how they got to where they are and why they are who they are.
It's always fun to get to dig into those meaty, juicy, dramatic moments with the actors.
I like to always encourage folks to find the humanity in the show they're working on. Obviously, with Fruits Basket, it wears its humanity on its sleeve, but I can think of no better fit than Caitlin Glass to identify those moments, to accentuate those moments, to bring those moments out, to give them just the proper amount of light and focus to make them impactful and matter.
I take my job seriously in a different way than I did when I was, in my 20s. There's a lot more depth to the characters that I can understand. If I'm in my 20s, as far as an actor, I have a certain perspective, being that of someone in my 20s, and now being older, I can look back on what it was like for me as a teenager, what it's like for my kids as teenagers, and use those new perspectives to inform my character choices.
I think this time around, my Japanese counterpart is taking it in a very subtle but slightly different direction. It starts off with a little bit more of an understanding from the beginning of the kind of character we're dealing with Kyo, in that you see his sensitivity a little sooner instead of just the anger.
I just love how Fruits Basket is not just one thing, and that's what's so wonderful about the story. It could appear when you just look at it like, oh, a sweet girl and a whole bunch of pretty boys. It's some shoujo anime, but it goes everywhere. There's family drama, there's dealing with loss, there's dealing with just some really tough stuff.
The series doesn't get dark for the sake of getting dark. The series gets dark because that's where our souls and our hearts can sometimes go as humans, all of us living in the human condition. And Fruits Basket is very much about that condition. So to go to those dark places, again, kind of as before, those moments connect with those lighter moments, and they aid each other and they work off of each other. And it's an accurate picture of life, and that is what Fruits Basket strives for.